The sun dipped low on the horizon, painting the vast Texas plains in hues of burnt orange and deep crimson, as if the sky itself were bleeding out the day's heat. Caleb Holt rode into Abilene on his weary mare, Daisy, her hooves kicking up small clouds of dust that clung to his faded denim pants like unwelcome memories. He was a man of 28, though the lines etched into his sun-baked face made him look a decade older. Life on the range had been unkind to Caleb. Orphaned young, he'd bounced from ranch to ranch, herding cattle for pennies and sleeping under stars that offered no warmth. His pockets held little more than lint and a single silver dollar, earned from a grueling week of mending fences on a spread outside Lubbock. He'd come to town for the auction, hoping to snag a cheap tool or perhaps a sturdy pair of boots to replace the one splitting at the seams. Little did he know that this dusty outpost would alter the course of his solitary existence. Abilene buzzed with the kind of energy only a frontier town could muster on auction day. The main street was a chaotic symphony of wagons creaking under loads of goods, merchants hawking their wares, and cowboys staggering out of saloons with whiskey-fueled bravado. The auction barn loomed at the edge of town, a weathered structure of splintered wood and rusted tin, its doors flung wide to accommodate the throng of bidders. Inside, the air was thick with the sense of sweat, hay, and desperation. Caleb tied Daisy to a post outside and slipped into the crowd, his broad-brimmed hat pulled low to shield his eyes from the glaring lanterns hung from the rafters. He wasn't much for crowds, they reminded him too much of the orphanage days, where kids jostled for scraps of attention from indifferent caretakers. The auctioneer, a portly man named Silas Grimes with a mustache that curled like a villain in a dime novel, banged his gavel on a makeshift podium, calling the assembly to order. "All right, folks, we've got a fine assortment today. Horses, saddles, tools, and some surprises you won't want to miss." The crowd murmured in anticipation as lots were paraded out, a sway-backed gelding that fetched $20, a set of blacksmith tongs that went for $5, and a crate of canned peaches that sparked a bidding war among the housewives. Caleb watched it all with detached interest, his hand occasionally drifting to his pocket to finger that lone dollar. He needed something practical, something to make his life a tad less miserable. As the afternoon wore on, the items grew odder. A collection of tarnished silverware from a bankrupt estate, a phonograph with a cracked horn that warbled like a dying bird. Then, the atmosphere shifted. Silas wiped his brow with a grimy handkerchief and leaned into the microphone, a newfangled contraption that amplified his gravelly voice to ear-splitting levels. "Now, gentlemen, and ladies, if any of ya are feelin' adventurous, we've got a special lot. A mystery bride. Stray.